Hello, howdy, hi, welcome in. Gotta start stream now so that Allison knows that I could hear her in the living room. So she knows that I started streaming. And she goes, ah shit, and scuttles away into her room. She is allowed in the living room. But I want her to know that I know she's over there. Hi, welcome. Am I too loud? I can be loud, but then the VODs will be all quiet no matter how loud I am. So welcome. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, has finally catch stream. Hell yes. Made it. Yeah. Yeah, and we're doing Pokemon teams. I like doing this. Also, isn't our format goofy? There's so much space for me. Here's all the girls. And so since there's so goddamn many of them, first up, the twins. We're slapping them together. They count as one person because these two have no personality outside of being two halves. Like, like, they are some of the shittest written twins. So they are just gonna count as one person. Bonus fun fact, so this is from Magical Girl Raising Project, an anime that I watched a good while ago, and I made a video about the designs, and that was a nice fun video. But, so, this order I've got them in is the order in which I remembered them. But with one exception. So, obviously I remember the protagonist, and then, like, her, like, the deuteragonist, and then Hardcore Alice has the coolest design. So obviously I remember her. Ripple is, I'm gonna spoilers for Magical Girl Raising Project. Obviously I remember Ripple because she is the final boss, and then Top Speed because she was the tragic one. She was the we have mommy at home. And then, Calamity Mary because she was, a real threat for a good portion of the anime, so she was just very memorable. Boy, this was a boy, actually. So he was pretty memorable. And then we ignore Megpoid 44 or whatever her name was. And then we actually go up here and Ruler, she was kind of the first antagonist, you know, Baby's first antagonist. Nemu, who actually was the first one out, so she has no personality, but I remember her because she was the first one out. Sister Nana, who played a pretty pivotal role in the plot, so she's pretty memorable. And then her girlfriend, Vice Winter Prison, who is actually incredibly forgettable, but they come as a pair. So if you remember Sister Nana, you have to remember Winter Prison. And then I totally forgot that, what's her name? Fucking I was just on the wiki to get all these PNGs. Anyway, I forgot this person existed, even though they were one of the main antagonists. Oops. And then Tama, another pretty forgettable one. She's got one interesting scene, and that's it. And then the twins, who are so boring and useless, I forgot they existed. And then actually, I was counting them, and I'm like, this isn't enough. Who am I missing? And then Megpoid, and I had to reformat, like, I had just this, and then I was like, fuck the robot one! And so I had to make it bigger. And a comedy for her. Cranberry, thank you! So, yeah. And then we're gonna give them half teams. We're gonna give them 3 Pokemon each, because 1, it's been a while since I've watched this anime. 2, there's a million of them, and I don't want to think of, what's 15 times 6? 30. I don't want to think of 40, like 40 Pokemon for all of them. And also, cause their personalities are a little shallow anyway, so, yeah. And now let's, we'll start slapping some Pokemon next to any of them. If you have any suggestions, feel free to throw them out. I have thought about this 0%. Not at all. Let's start with, I think, Top Speed, our witch. We can easily give her Mismagius. Because that is a witch Pokemon. Or maybe Hatterini? No, we'll go with Mismagius. As a good witchy Pokemon for her to have. Wow. And then also, she was actually in a biker gang, so if we can think of like a motorcycle Pokemon to give her, that would be really swell. I'm gonna snoodle this side over. Give us an itsy bits more room over here. Oop, I'm not on the right layer. Hang on. Doot 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 doot. Nice. Great, excellent. The robot girl can have Magearna. The robot girl can have Magearna! Look at you! Smarty pants. Pokemon. That's such a strong Pokemon for such a shit character. And, like, in terms of, that I spelled Magearna amazingly wrong. Like, in terms of, like, actual power levels, her magic is pretty OP. Megapoid 44. She can, she's like Doraemon, so she has a backpack and she can pull any random thing out of it. Like, one random thing comes out of it every day. And she really just uses that to scam, the nun. But it means that she is pretty easy to dispatch in terms of combat. So, yeah, but so kind of hilarious to give her Magearna, but that's so right. Porygon? It's the only robot-like Pokemon I can think of. I don't hate Porygon. It's so much more computer than robot. So we'll think about it. We'll keep that on the back burner. Maybe Scrafty for the witch? But why? Oh, because of like gang? If we've got Yamper for Tama. Yamper for Tama is good. Tama, her whole deal is basically just she likes her dog. Pokemon. Yamper. I'd like to not just give her dogs. Her magical ability is that she can create holes. She can dig holes instantly in anything. Where'd you go? There she is. So if we could find like a Hoopa! Oh my god! Genuinely, I'm giving her Hoopa. Another incredibly strong Pokemon for an objectively weak character. And you know what? We're gonna give her, like, big form Hoopa, actually. I'm just impressed I remember this much about Magical Girl Raising Project. Revaroom? Revaroom! There we go. There's our motorcycle for our gang member. Pokemon. Revaroom. Oh, it's Revavroom. What? That's way less. That feels less good on the mouth. It's got a bad mouth feel. Revavroom. Hell yeah. It's kind of like how Spinda is actually Spinda. I don't know. It's the little things about Pokemon that'll make you go crazy. Drillbur for Tama? Oh, because of digging? That's good. Tandemaus for the twins is also good. Alright, Drillbur. Drillbur? I spelled Pokemon and Drillbur both incredibly wrong. You don't even know how good I am at spelling things wrong. Perfect, then we got Tama's team. Look at that. Nice. And Tandemaus for the twins. Pokemon. Tandemaus. But mouse is spelled in the German way. Yeah, I'm surprised. We had a whole generation where we had, like, gym leaders who were twins. And yeah, we still don't have any other real twin-y Pokemon. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? What's the one that pops out of the ground? Digdug? Diglett? What about Diglett? You mean for maybe Tama? I think what we've got for Tama is pretty damn perfect. So she's on lock. We've got her all done. Indeedee for the twins? No way. Like, they're rulers, kind of toadies, but, they're not buntlers. Sorry, I needed to blow my nose. It had to happen. Trevenant for Cranberry, mostly because she's the musician of the forest. She is the musician of the forest. We're on a great path with Trevenant. Would a Roserade be better, though? Because it gets her roses in there. Oh, come on. Roserade. We can also grab a more, like, music-centered Pokemon for Cranberry as well, since she is the musician of the forest. She could get, like, Meloetta or Celebi, theoretically. Mimikyu for Hardcore Alice is so good. Hang on. You guys are on fire today. Pokemon Mimikyu. There it is. Shiny Decidueye for the girl in the cloak. Girl in the cloak. Amazingly, does not narrow it down. Can I get a color palette for the girl in the cloak? Matang for the twins. Because they're just Beldum. I feel like this was a stretch for a pun, and it was too far of a stretch. Either that, or you're saying a word I don't recognize. Hi, big man. It's Pippin. Pippin is big man. Oh, was this the Magical Girl app thingy? I remember the cowgirl being, like, old or something. Only to have the... I've only seen the Critter review. What about my video? I made a video, and it was way better. Actually, I actually don't know if Critter reviewed Magical Girl Raising Project. Maybe she did? I ranked their designs, so it's fun. Florges for the Rose Girl. I don't want to just give her roses. I think I want to give her Meloetta, and so we're going to. Because I'm in charge. Pokemon. Meloetta. Where does Meloetta hail from? Like, what kind of terrain does Meloetta originate in? You know what I'm saying? Black cloak, brown hair. Are you... This one? Winter Prison? I'm gonna say Decidueye doesn't really work for Winter Prison. I'm gonna say Decidueye doesn't kind of really work for any of them, honestly. Unless if you can convince me. I can always be convinced. So don't be afraid to be like, but excuse and reason, and I'll go, oh. This is like the first one of these types of streams where I'm actually helpful because I actually know this series. That's nice. I'm saying the Beldum being fused together to form Matang. The twins are just half a personality. How about we use that smart idea and pull a Pokemon where that fusion is more overt. Ooh, okay, yeah, I spelled it so wrong again. I spelled it Magnapite. And actually give them Magneton. Now that one can change. I'll say, you know, Magneton can... I could be convinced against Magneton. But for now, working with the two become one kind of gimmick that Pokemon likes to have every now and then, I think Magneton does that better than Beldum and Matang. Is it a 4-year-old video twins? It's pretty damn old, so probably. Can the dude get a male Salandit or Combee? Yes. Yes, he can. I can give our little boy Salandit, Pokemon Salandit. I think he's not really a bandit, so yeah, actually we will go with Combee. But that's a female, if it's got the diamond on it. I want a picture of a male Combee. Copy. Alright, this one's gonna be our weirdest proportioned one. Great! Look at all that empty space around it. Hang on, let me see if there's a better Combee that I can use. There we go. That's a much better Combi. Hang on. Copy this one instead. Get rid of that. Yuck. There we go. Male Combi. Haxorus for La Pucelle. Which one was La Pucelle again? Oh, the boy. For La Pucelle, it has a similar color palette. Haxorus? You know, Haxorus does work, because La Pucelle has a very, like, it's like Joan of Arc, but also dragon. Like, there's a lot of kind of dragon imagery, which is pretty cute. Pokemon. Haxorus. So I like giving La Pucelle a dragon. And, you know, La Pucelle's magic is, since he is Joan of Arc coded, because anime loves Joan of Arc, he's got a sword as his main weapon, and he can make that, grow and shrink. Which ended up being not helpful, because what a surprise. Just having a longer sword doesn't make it suddenly stronger. But, that means we get to give him, Aegislash. And we're gonna go with full Aegislash because I think he could have been a real hero. So he does get Aegislash too. And not just like Honedge. Yeah. Anime loves Joan of Arc. Looking at you, final episode of Madoka Magica. Yep, that did have Joan of Arc in it. And she's got her own spin-off manga, I'm pretty sure. There's also like Fate is all Joan of Arc. They love Joan of Arc. I don't know what it is. Mana for Nemurin. I believe it's based on those mystical creatures that eat dreams. It's true. We could also give her Hypno for that same reason, but I think Mana or Muna kind of fits her vibe better. Like, that's just her. Though I feel like there's a Pokemon with this, like, exact color palette. It's like pink and yellow. But golly, I can't think of it. Yeah, I think it was yours. I think my brain just went, it's Magical Girl, so it must have been JC. Yeah, it's alright. See, I don't know if and now you got me actually questioning. I'm like, Greninja for Ripple is perfect. And she can also get Kartana. Well done. Let's get both of those. But yeah, now I just need to know if Critter actually did do a Magical Girl Racing Project video, because I know she's watched it too. Greninja. Copy. Paste that on over here. Snow White's hard because she's kind of, got no personality. Kartana. Copy. And paste. And yes, I'm actually going to finish up Cranberry by giving her Celebi, like how I had thought to do. Because Cranberry's whole deal is that she's not from here. Like, as in, she's from, like, a different world? And so unless we can think of an Ultra Beast that fits her better than Whismur, I don't know, for that color palette? No, I don't think so. There's something that's, like, more, maybe I'm just thinking of, like, Mainshao. But yeah, she's not from here. So unless we can think of an Ultra Beast that fits her better, then Celebi being a time-jumping Pokemon and of the forest explicitly fits really well. Oh yeah, it is a combi. So yeah, sorry, we're miles away. Here, I can get closer if there's anything you want to see. I'll just zoom in right here. Sorry, this is the biggest I could make it on screen. Can the nun have Gardevoir? I can give her Mega Gardevoir. How's that sound? And maybe even Shiny. Pokemon. Gardevoir. Let me take a gander at Shiny Mega Gardevoir. Golly, that's pretty. That's a good ass shiny right there. There it is. Wow. I looked up, and Audino has good hearing. Snow White's magic is about... Oh, I like that. Look at that. We're doing it. Oh, Kamala for the sleepy one? That's pretty good, actually. Pokemon, Audino. Audino is, I think, the Pokemon I was thinking of with Nimurin's color palette. With the pink and the yellow. Isn't that funny? Wowie wow. But it does fit Snow White way better. So, yippee. And then, what had you said? You had said something. Komala. I remember. Pokemon. Komala. Copy. It's my backpack, sweetheart. You see that every day. I don't know. I don't know why you're being all silly. It's Vincent. Vincent's being silly. Don't go slipping. Don't slip and poop all your brains out again. Gothitelle for Hardcore Alice. That's so good. Can the nun have Gothitelle? Oh, for Nana instead? Let me Google Gothitelle. Pokemon. Gothitelle. Sister Nana's. Yeah, we can go put this onto Sister Nana. Oh yeah. Her magic is that she can just make someone stronger by praying for them. Pretty boring. Miltank for the Shy Big Coat. Shy Big Coat? Why? Miltank for Calamity Mary? I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Calamity Mary's a goofy one. We also gotta get Ruler in here. And we haven't approached Swim either. Winter Prison gets Stakataka. Winter Prison does get Stakataka. You're so right. Pokemon Stakataka. What a good Pokemon name. It's nice to look at. For those of you who don't know, Winter Prison's magic is she can make walls. That's what Stakataka is. King Gambit for Ruler? Yes, she would definitely fancy herself King Gambit adjacent, wouldn't she? Pokemon. King Gambit. Human versions of King Gambit, I bet look fucking rad. I bet that'd be cool. Nice. Raboot for Big Coat, not Miltank. You gotta call Winter Prison. You can't call her Big Coat, cause half of them have coats. Why? Why Raboot? Why? Because of like the scarf? Is there a more scarf Pokemon? Is there any more scarfy Pokemon? Sylveon and Umbreon for Alice and Snow White. I do like that duality of it. Because Hardcore Alice went out of her way to design herself to look like Snow White. And Snow White, you know, Sylveon works really well for her. Because Sylveon is kind of the closest thing we have to a magical girl Pokemon. And Snow White is a big fan of magical girls, and hence why she's the only one on the cast that actually looks like one. So I like that. I like that idea. Oh, Serini, the line I always fuck up the name of. For Ruler is good. Umbreon. Let's get that. And then also, while we are here, we can remember that Hardcore Alice's magic is that she can't die. So consider that, and consider what might be Axelgore! Corapella, yes. So we consider what might be for Hardcore Alice as well. Okay, I'm remembering Axelgore, but first I gotta grab something. Serena. That's what it was. Wow, and the shiny is, like, perfectly her color palette, too. That's really nice. Copy that. And paste. Oh, wow. And then... Axel Gore. For Winter Prison. Hell yeah. We're doing great. Eternal Floette for Hardcore Alice? Maybe not. I like where your head's at, though. Hisui and Zoroark for Swim Swim? Why? Because she's... deceiving them? Is that your idea? Or did you just choose something with a similar color palette? Swim Swim is fascinating. Swim Swim is the youngest member here. She's only like 6. Her magical ability is that she can swim through anything. And she is the final boss. She has no problems killing others. Both, honestly, lol. Chinchino has a giant scarf. Chinchino does have a giant scarf. Does Magicaloid have Magearna? Yes! Magicaloid has only Magearna so far. My mind is not ringing any ethereal ones. Spiritomb, or the Sarcophagus one. Sarcophagus? 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 I said it. I said the weird Pokemon name. Let's narrow our focus. Let's focus on Swim Swim, since we were just talking about her. Let's get something for her. Sharpedo is not quite right. Maybe Jellicent instead. Jellicent, being a ghost, it kind of implies it could swim through the walls. Pokemon Jellicent. Ooh, actually, we're gonna go with Frillish. It's pre-evolution, so that it's pretty and cute and slim, just like her. Copy. And paste. We've got 2 for a lot of the girls. Iron Valiant for the Robobot. Iron Valiant. I think we could definitely pull one of the Iron Paradox Pokemon, but I don't know. Iron Valiant's a little too cool for her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Iron Valiant. It looks like her pretty well. I mean, we already gave her Magearna. Maybe Malamar for Swim Swim, because it's also a squid. Ooh, I do like that, because, yeah, she's got this, like, kind of like vampire squid-looking speaker setup for some reason, which is pretty cool. I like that. And Malamar is, like, evil. Evil coded. Nice. Nice. Yes, her name is really Swim Swim. Swimmer, as they say in Japanese. Tyranitar, actually, we could give that to Ruler to round off Ruler's, you know, being in charge deal. Or no, not Tyranitar, Tyrantrum. Wrong website. I don't want to go to the Pokemon database. I want to go to Bulbapedia so it loads all slow. Nice. What a perfect set of Pokemon for Ruler. And she's all done. Got her on lockdown. Now I'm mad the other one isn't just named Big Coat. Gorobus, because I like Gorobus, and it has Gore in its name. And that's 2 of you that have suggested Gorobus. You know what? We'll go with Gorobus. It's got Abyss. It's got her color palette. It's got Gore in its name. So Swim Swim is also locked in. That's pretty nice. let's round off these ones that we've got. Snorlax. That's great. I love that. Pokemon Snorlax. I can't believe Snorlax doesn't evolve. It feels like it should, you know? Yeah, let's finish up all these teams that we've only got 2 for, which is so many of them. And then I guess we'll do Calamity Mary. Would Aurorus fit for any of them? Not really. Maybe a Winter Prison, but that's I'm kind of stretching. Gorbis does have a pretty scary dex entry. Yeah, doesn't it like pierce open clam pearls and suck out their meat or some shit? Xerneas for Hardcore Alice? Is this trying to work with her not being able to die thing? Swim, swim, walk, walk, run, run, steady, jog, jog. Why does Lapusel have the bees? It's a male Combi, because he's a boy. That's why. It was either that or Salandit, and I decided that Combi fit him better, because he is kind of a little sweetie pie. Like he's a good kid, you know. So yeah, let's focus. Let's do Sister Nana and Winter Prison, also known as Big Coat. Oh, you know what? Let's actually finally let me look at the Ultra Beasts. No, I'm just gonna go with Celebi. My heart said Celebi. And Celebi is the right call. I am right. I'm always right. What color is shiny Celebi? I bet it's blue. Oh, it's pink! That's really nice, actually. Anyway. We had suggested Iron Valiant for Megaploid. Hadn't we? Maybe Mudsdale for Calamity Mary? Because cowboy? That is the most cowboy-y Pokemon I think we have. Pokemon Mudsdale. Oh, other things about Calamity Mary. She's also a big fan of magical girls, which does disappoint me that she didn't design herself like a magical girl. Like, she even does like a Sailor Moon-esque, like, in the name of the moon, it's time to transform when she transforms. And she's also a drunk and lost custody of her children. So, so yeah. So those are the things we're working with Calamity Mary. Do we got any booze Pokemon? Spinda? Because she's drunk? Oh, and she has a gun. Her magical ability is, I'm fairly certain it's that any gun she has will never run out of ammo or something like that. Which one's Pheromosa? I'm googling it. Pokemon. Pheromosa. Oh, the Ultra Beast, right? Yeah, yeah. For Sister Nana? I'd like a healing Pokemon. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give her Blissey. Pokemon Blissey. Because healing is kind of the closest thing we can get to boosting the strength of wait, no, I've got a way better idea. Oh my god. Plusle and Minun for the couple for Sister Nana and Winter Prison. Sister Nana can get the Plusle because she's got, that's hard to see. She's got these bright ass red shoes in a whole design that's like, it's all none. And then red ass shoes, and it's like, why are you clashing your outfit with those horrible red shoes? But because of that, she can get Plusle, and Winter Prison can get Minun, because one, Winter Prison has blue, and also she is the more low-key of the two. Oh, yeah. Your Giga Brain. I know. I feel like this is the one time I had the Giga Brain idea. Usually you guys are the ones pulling them out. I said plus one mine and earlier twins just saying, well, Pyra, we'll share that. We'll share. Shell gone for winter prison, mostly for the covering. LGM? LGM! Well, but that's an alien. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, LGM. Why not? I like LGM. Pokemon LGM. For Megaploid. Copy. Paste. Bonus fact about Megaploid, she did not make this. She was just leveling up the game for her sister. And her sister made herself look like a robot because her sister was dating a boy who liked robots, who was like into robot stuff. And so it's tough to suss out a whole lot of personality out of Megaploid. She was so a non-element as well. Their teams are full of counterpart mons: Gardevoir, Gallade, Axel, Gore, Escavalier, Gothitelle, Ridiculous. That would be cute. So, this is great. We've done really well. I bet we can find another Pokemon for the twins. What's an angel Pokemon? We got any angel Pokemon? Pokemon with, like, a goofy number of wings? Or some Halo imagery. Do we got any angels? Angels in chat? Shedinja, kinda. Doduo for the twins. Togekiss. Shedinja, kinda. Does work pretty well. And so does Doduo. Ultra Necro Boy. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of Magneton. And I'm gonna replace that with Doduo. And then we'll also add Shedinja. Copy and paste and then just snoot it on over here. There it is. And sorry, Magneton, you've been replaced with something with wings and only 2, and also it's like the exact same color as them. So that's great. Double for Shedinja because that's how one of them dies. How did they die again? They sure did, but I don't remember. Pokemon. Shedinja. Oh! You know, that is right. I remember. Wow, Shedinja really does have... This is the only angel-adjacent Pokemon we've really got. Wow, that's hilarious. I kind of love it. Fun fact, Shedinja shows up in Pokemon Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team, the original ones. And they're really tough because of Wonder Guard. So, like, you have to hit it with something that is super effective against it. Or, because this is how it works, you can just throw a rock at them. And that counts as super effective damage and they'll die. So, that's my flaming tip for you. Hold on to throwable items so you can take out Shedinja, because fuck Shedinja. Darkrai or Cresselia for the Sleepy Girl? Didn't we finish her team? We did. I like Darkrai though. We could probably give Darkrai to Hardcore Alice, honestly. Fun fact, Shedinja is in Pokemon Go. We cannot evade in that game. It has only 1 HP still. I like the commitment. Can the ninja girl have Shiftry? Fucking yes she can! She's got Shiftry ass shoes! She can get Shiftry. Let's grab Darkrai and Shiftry. And theoretically, I could give Snow White Cresselia to continue that sort of not only magical girl flavor that she's got, but also the duality between her and Hardcore Alice. How do you feel about that? I like Shiftry. The more I see him, the more I like him. He's a good guy right there. I'll have to use Shiftry at some point. I gotta do like a Sinnoh playthrough where I can... No, I think I just need to do a Hoenn playthrough so I can have Drapion and Shiftry. 2 Pokemon that I like, but I've just never used. Absol? But for whomst? Maybe Hardcore Alice could get Absol, but I quite like Darkrai. So, Dusk form Lycanroc for Snow White? But why? Nothing about her is very Dusk form Lycanroc, if you ask me, but I can be convinced. In the meantime, we gotta get one more thing for Megpoid. And one of you had suggested Iron Valiant. Let me take a gander at the Paradox Pokemon. Just to see if there's an Ironmon that might fit her flavor a little bit more. Let's see, we've got Iron Treads, no. Iron Bundle, because she's got her backpack. And it's Delibird, you know? It's got its like its bag of iron. There we go. It's even all red, just like her bag is. Excellent. Swellow for top speed, mostly because her broom's name is Rapid Swallow. It sure fucking is named Rapid Swallow, isn't it? Oh, that's right, we do need another one for top speed. Yeah, let's give her Swellow. That's great. Pokemon. Swellow. I like Swellow a lot, too. For some reason, Swellow, though, is like the one, like, default bird that I just never use, for some reason. Nice. Nice work. Well done, you. I really do like how Shiftry and Ludicolo are exclusives that are very yokai based. Are they exclusives? That explains it. Wait, no, but I played Emerald version. So maybe I got both of them? That is really smart, though. Do we still do version exclusives? I think Scarlet and Violet has the Paradox Pokemon as their version exclusives, but I think other than that, everything is even across the board. Which is nice. I like version exclusives, but mostly because I have always had a friend to trade with. Like, if it wasn't Critter growing up, like, now I live with Allison, and so we just get different versions so we can trade between each other. If you were a single child without any Pokemon friends, version exclusives probably kind of suck. Still can't believe I Can't McGee still managed to die, and I'm Ninja didn't. Yeah. I Can't Die McGee. Yeah, the gimmick is they had to kill her when she was untransformed, and it did it in public, so she had to find a place to hide, and it didn't work out. Hatterini for Mary? Because of Scary Woman. I think we can find better, scarier women. Is there like a gun Pokemon? There must be some gun type Pokemon. Noivern for Snow White? Because it's very sound based. I think we've already got that sound on lockdown with Audino. What else does Snow White do? She does, like, nothing. She's barely in the show. Marowak or Cubone for Calamity Mary? But why? Remoraid, because it's just a gun. See, Remoraid is just a gun. The octopus is the only gun I can think of. You mean Octillery? Octillery is also just a gun. Octillery also has the much cooler name. Pokemon. Remoraid. I'm googling Remoraid first, so I remember it looking more like a gun. It's called the Jet Pokemon, which is befuddling. Oh, it evolves into Octillery. That's something I never fucking remember. In my head, Octillery and Remoraid are two different Pokemon, completely unconnected to each other. Let's go with Octillery, because it's just Remoraid but better. Its name is octopus plus artillery, which makes it a little bit more gun-y. So, yippee. Yippee yahoo. Yeah, the fish goes octopus. That's gotta be their least intuitive evolution. In a world where some of the evolutions are like, that's the biggest one. Inteleon, I guess, for Mary, but I don't respect Inteleon. You know, I don't respect Inteleon much either. I love Sobble, but Inteleon's just kind of mid. For giggles, can we give Snow White the Vanillix line? Did she eat a lot of ice cream? You said that, and my brain, like neurons sparked. Was that the gimmick? Was she always trying to, like, go get ice cream with her friends? Or her friends were like, do you want to come get ice cream with us? Or is there a different... Because she is vanilla. Oh, I thought there was a more story and Snow. This is a stretch, but Flapple for Snow White, mostly just because of her name. She is Snow. Armor Rouge is kind of a gun. Armor Rouge is kind of a gun. Yes, we will give her Vanillish. Pokemon. Vanillish. I want to give her the middle one. Yeah, okay. Not interesting enough to be the fully evolved one, but not boring enough to be the unevolved one. It's just Vanillish. What color is the shiny one? If it's pink, I'll give her that. Let me zip on down. It's like a purpley. It's not enough. Not enough to justify it. Oh, a whip! We could try to work with some whip imagery. She has a riding crop in her artwork, and she might also have it in like the anime as well, but that she just never uses. Alchemy for Snow White? I think Alchemy does look more like her. Let me look at Alchemies. Let me look upon some Alchemy. Because there's so dimmadam many. Golly. Yeah, we'll go with Alchemy. Is it just because I like Alchemy more than Vanillish? Yes. But also because it can fit her color palette better, and we can even give it the floral accessories to match her. Alchemy. Wow. She's got a strong color palette for the team. Snivy? Is this us thinking of stuff for Blazeform Paldean Tauros for Mary? See, now we're thinking. Now we're thinking with portals. I said Marowak earlier because she lost her kid, but she doesn't seem to really care about her kids from what I remember now. Yeah, the kid also isn't dead, but I guess she isn't dead. That's how Marowak works. Vanillish fans lose again. I am the only one. So I'm one of the few. I don't mind Vanillish. People are like, ooh, an ice cream Pokemon. I'm like, yeah. Back in Kanto, we had multiple Pokemon that were just balls. And also, literally just a seal. Like, that's a real animal. A seal and a dugong, that's another real animal. You just spelled it wrong. The fuck was I getting? Tauros. Do I want, I'm gonna spell this wrong, so I need to add Pokemon on this. Tauros. Do we want the Paldean form Tauros, or do we want just classic, normal old, good boy Tauros? Good boy Tauros matches Mary's color palette better. That's pretty good, and I think that's everybody. Wow. Wow, we did it! We did it so efficiently as well. You guys were incredibly on top of the ball this time. Fire Tauros's tail is a bullwhip, but normal Tauros's tail are 3 whips. Yeah, and I have to imagine you can see me do this move. Hang on, let me draw myself really quick. But this is 3 whips, and then I go like this. Hang on, and then there's my hair, and then a hand. Three whips. Yeah, Tauros, finally given the opportunity to run at you in real time, is way more intimidating, and I like them. Kind of the High School Musical Troy shrug. So let's take a gander at these teams real quick. Let's see, Snow White has Audino, Sylveon, and Alchemy. Not bad. Definitely healing focused. Pretty solid. That works for her pretty well. Surprise, it's a drawing stream. And then Ripple has Greninja, Kartana, and Shiftry. She's got all the ninja stuff on lockdown. Greninja's really perfect, honestly. Figuring out whose team would win. Like, who's got the strongest team? I do think Ripple's team has some attack power over Snow White's. So yeah, Hardcore Alice has Mimikyu, Umbreon, and Darkrai. Darkrai definitely gives her an edge, I must say. Question, I missed yesterday's stream. Did you finish the Magical Girls? Nope. I've got a good handful more left to draw, so we'll be drawing some more of them on Monday. And then Swim has Frillish, Malamar, and Gorobis. Another very solid color palette for the team. Perfect vibes. I think we nailed it. Snow really only won because she knew how to mind her business. It's so true, though. Top speed has Miss Magus, Revavroom, and Swellow. If you don't know anything about the show, you'd be like, fucking what? But if you do know, this is a perfect team for her. She's not winning any battles, though. Let's be honest. just like in the anime. Calamity Mary has Mudsdale, Octillery, and Tauros. 2 cowboy flavor things surrounding a gun, just like her. Lapucelle has Male Combi, Haxorus, and Aegislash. You know, a competent guy, but he is still just a guy. Megapoid really coming in hard with Magearna, LGM, and Iron Bundle. Might be one of the strongest teams on our list here. And then Ruler up here has she's got one look with King Gambit, Serena, and Tyrantrum. Serena really is just her. That's kind of perfect. She wouldn't win any battles, but I love the vibes. Namurin, this is the strongest she'll ever be with Munna, Komala, and Snorlax. Funnily enough, she is strongest when she is asleep, just like Snorlax. Sister Nana has Shiny, Mega Gardevoir, Gothitelle, and Plusle. Excellent vibes ruined by a boring relationship. Listen, they are just a boring couple. I'm happy for them, but they are boring characters. Versus Winter Prison, who has Stakataka, Axel Gore, and Minun, objectively weaker than Princess or Sister Nana, which is pretty accurate, honestly. Even though Winter Prison did all the fighting, Sister Nana was clearly the stronger magical girl, shackled to trying to protect her beloved. Sad that didn't work out for those two. Rula loses because she doesn't know how to use King Gambit's ability and sends it out first. Yeah, you're actually so right. Do you stand by your design ranking still, or have any of your opinions changed? No, I think it's pretty damn on point. I could see how one could argue to or against Lapucelle versus Hardcore Alice being first place. I think there's merit to both of those, but personally, I just love Hardcore Alice's whole vibe and the character behind it. But yeah, I should have rewatched that video actually. It's pretty fun. Are you gonna do the other characters from a novel or just the anime? Just the anime ones that we've got here today, because I don't know any of the other girls, which is a real bummeroni. I'd love to talk about them, but I don't know anything about them. So it would just be me being like, I don't know why she looks like this, but this part's pretty. So, which is a little, pointless. Cranberry's got Roserade, Meloetta, and Celebi, 2 mythical Pokemon. She's a Cheetah Pumpkin Eater, but if you're smart, you can beat her. But she is a tough stuff. Tama is that thing that is smart enough that could beat her, with Yamper and Trilber being supported fully by goddamn Hoopa. Which is hilarious. This is the perfect team for her. Nothing could have ever been better. And then the twins, Miniel and Uriel, I think are their names, get Tandemaus, Doduo, and Shedinja. And they are losing first with this team. Snow White's team is perfect, but honestly, missed opportunity for her to have Pikachu to Alice's Mimikyu. You're so right. What a shame. It's alright, it's alright. Wish the other novels got adapted, but I guess I'm fine with it being an underrated gem. Yeah. I like the vibes of Raising Project so much. The anime was just pretty mid and boring. So, I don't know. Maybe it would work better as a movie, question mark? Or maybe just a shorter series. I think it didn't need 12 episodes or however many it got. But yeah. Wow. Wowie wow willikers. Well done, fam. You did a great job. You all were coming in hot. You had so many good suggestions. So way to go, you. Golly, that's satisfying to look at, isn't it? And the cute contest Pikachu could have worked too, but I like the team we made for Snow White. It's just a really solid team. Yeah, she could, if we gave them teams of 6, she could get Pikachu, but as it is, I like her team a whole lot. So yay! Well, golly, that's everything I got for you today. Tama is killing me. She has a cute dog, a funny mole, and a demon that can rip open portals in space-time. Just like her, honestly. What Pokemon would be the Rabbity Cubey thing? I believe his name was Fave? Is there any black and white Pokemon? Like black and white little bun-buns? Fav, that's it. I don't know, that's a good question. Without looking at a bunch of Pokemon, Pancham? Maybe like Baneri. Yeah, I'll go with Baneri. I'm happy Vanillish was there for a short while. Eventually I'll do something that'll have a Vanillish in it, I'm sure. If we ever do an Undertale or Deltarune one, where I give one Pokemon to each character, then one guy can get Vanillish. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Wowie wow willikers. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I had a whole lot of fun. And I hope you had a whole lot of fun too. We've got one or two? How many more weeks of Magical Girl May do we got going on here? One more week of Magical Girl May. Wow. And then I'll go on vacation. So, yippee! So go to bed, eat your vegetables, drink your water, make smart choices, sleep good, drive fast, take chances. Goodbye!